Welcome to the Wilshire Gun Podcast.
Anyway, what's going on, guys? It's Jake and Gavyn back again. What are we got? April, man. We are moving. 23 is going to be gone here faster than you know it. Anyway, guys, let's get through some announcements. We got kind of a fun product review stuff coming up, so stick around for that. But like I said, we got to get through the announcements first up front. I know you guys that tune in to hear what's going on want to know. So training schedule's up. It's been up for a little bit. So make sure you guys hop in the classes. All the normal stuff's there. Something new that's coming, actually range related. Pretty fun. It's been running for a couple days probably. By the time you guys are seeing this, is the happy hour. So during the week, Tuesday through Thursday, down there on the range between 3 and 6 p.m., range fees are half off for you guys. Coming into summer, happy hour, so right there after you get off work a little early, come shoot, save some money, get that practice in. We're going to be running that probably for the summer for the next couple months. So take advantage of it while it's here, because we want you guys to come in, get the practice you want, and sometimes funds are tight, and this is a good opportunity to get those reps. Let's see what else we got. Aiming for Miracles, one of our favorite charity events, coming up this month on the 28th. So if you and a group of friends or your company or anything like that, there's probably still time to sign up for that. That's done through the Kiwanis Club and the Children's Network. So we love supporting them. Those guys over there are great. We support them every year. We would love for you guys to help support them. So check that out. Get signed up. Go shoot some sporting clays. That's always, it's a good time. We enjoy doing that. What else? Sig Days. We got Sig Days coming up. That is May
13th.
May 13th. So that'll be a fun one. Tanner and the boys will be back. We're going to have all the Sig deals, all the cool Sig stuff. They got a couple new things that have come out that I've seen sell sheets for, I'm sure. So you'll have to come swing by and check those out.
We'll have those sales come out to them close to the end of April.
Yeah,
so.
And the Sig Day sales. I mean, if you guys want Sig stuff, that's the time to get it. Gavyn does a good job. He gets a little crazy sometimes. So you just have to watch out. And then another Sig news, Sig course, or Sig Armorers courses. Talked about them last month. There's still some slots, I think. So you guys need to get in there, get signed up for those. If you want to become an armorer, we're doing 320 and M400 / AR-15. Take them down to the last spring kind of deal, and get discounts on parts once you become an armorer. You order direct parts. So SIG courses are coming up. Those links are down below me somewhere. They're probably in the description as well as in the actual newsletter. So those are that's kind of all the news and announcements. Now we're going to get into what I was kind of pushing towards earlier, which this was Gavyn's idea. So I'm going to let Gavyn explain the rules of what's happening and kind of how we're potentially going to do product review going forward.
So the rules are, you got to build 2 rifles, night vision capable, so white light, IR, laser, and optic to go with it, in 2 different price points. So the one will be $3,000 for your entry level, and then $5,000 for your Gucci Gear badass Instagram rifle.
So that was one of the deals. We flipped a coin. He came up with the 2 deals. We flipped a coin. Gavyn ended up with the $3,000. I ended up with the $5,000. And then we had to do what was in store.
Yep.
And you had to, we did it almost blind. We did it basically blind, price-wise. And then calculated it at the end of what the actual prices were. Gavyn's goal was to stay under $3,000. My goal was to stay under $5,000.
Not including tax, because that's not fun.
Right. So. Nobody likes calculating tax. So if you guys enjoy this format, let us know, because we can, do other stuff like this: subguns, shotguns, pistols.
Subguns are my favorite. I would love to do that.
So there's all kinds of stuff we can do with that.
Yeah.
And the knickknacks and accessories, and we can talk about the accessories we elected to put on these as kind of the product review of. And like I said, if you see it in this video, that means it's in here in the store. We pulled it out of something. So nothing in here is personal or anything like that.
And it's products we actually like that we would actually put on our stuff, not just something we're trying to sell. So.
Exactly. So let's get into it. First, we're going to do mine. The big expensive one. And then we'll move back down to Gavyn's. So I elected, we just put these, we just got these the other day.
These are badass.
So
these are so badass.
I chunked up a significant portion of my budget in my rifle, but these are excellent rifles.
Yes.
And so as you guys can see, so let's run down. Rifle is a Daniel Defense M4A1 RIS 3 with the new RIS 3 rail.
Ambi lower. Look at that.
Yep.
Look at that. All these controls.
Both sides. It's all
that
ambi.
That is the coolest part.
So definitely a cool gun. I got a D-Ball D2, a Surefire X300.
That ain't no X300. That's a pistol light. Scout. Vampire.
M300. M600. I didn't look at the package. Whatever. It's a Surefire rifle light.
That's all you need to know.
Call me out like that.
M-Lock.
Yeah, M-Lock. It's key mod, right? And then the Vortex Huey, UH1.
On a Unati.
So, why did I pick what I picked? Well, let's go through it. The rifle. It's awesome. They're the newest Daniel offerings. They have completely ambidextrous lower stock from Daniel Defense, meaning I don't have to spend anything extra on those. Mm-hmm. They come with good controls.
You basically have this upper already.
I have a very similar upper. I have the Mark 18 RIS 2 converted to a RIS 3, so yes, it has that rail.
Yeah.
And I very much like it. The rail width on this it's just right.
It's got a good girth to it.
It's got a good girth to it. Okay, so obviously it's a banging rifle. That's why I chose that. The D-Ball D2. I tell guys when we're running night vision all the time that this is pound for pound, dollar for dollar, one of the best units you can get because it utilizes an LED, basically illuminator, and it's not regulated by the FDA. So they can as much LED as you want. It is comparable to full power as far as its illuminator output. Your downside is it's chunky.
It is huge.
It's basically a giant flashlight attached to a laser. But that's okay because there's not a lot of other stuff on this rifle. There's no can or anything, so I don't have to worry about weight potentially. But for the size, it is, like I said, pound for pound. It's output dollar for dollar. A comparable unit like this is going to cost you close to $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
So
at least those prices are going up.
Right. This is half of that. Well, just about half of that. And then on the backside, we got the Vampire, not an X300, which is a pistol light. This is a white light and IR head. Basically, it can be adjusted. I did that because, again, it's nice to have options there. Being under nods, you do want a white light. But having that IR light to keep your profile low or whatever is also pretty slick. Mm-hmm. So, X300, I went with the short version because of the control pattern of the D2. I didn't need necessarily switches or anything because when I'm up here activating this, I can activate my light. I can run it all off the same side. I was scared about money, so I didn't put anything up here to actually grab onto. If money is no object to you, you can, but might make it a little more ergonomic, whatever your choice is. The UH1. So the UH1 is one of the only other commercially available holographic sighting systems, which I actually think it's kind of cool. It's kind of like the hipster version of an EOTech, really. Mm-hmm. They're dope.
It's got the night vision button, too.
It's got a night vision button, side mount battery, all that good stuff there. You can see those over there. The battery compartment's all side mounted. One of the things I think goes unmentioned on what the UH1 has is its reticle. It has a little bit of a goofy looking reticle, but that reticle actually has purpose. All of the knickknacks and doodads in that reticle have purpose, mm-hmm. which I would go to say expanded on, if not bettered the original like EOTech reticle.
You can tell they
68
took that
MOA
concept and then changed it a little bit, but I think it's
and made it better.
yeah. I think
So you got your holdover aiming reticle. Like it's a solid reticle in there, and that is one of the reasons I chose it. I'm a big fan of holographic sights, especially on night guns. Big open windows are nice. And then obviously I'm a big fan of the 68 MOA reticle, and again, this made it better. So why wouldn't I elect for something like that? So good optic, good laser, good light, good rifle, and came in just over $5,000, which was my goal. My goal was $5,000. I ended up at $5,040.
You barely busted. If you got rid of the Unity mount, you'd have been under, but this is just the tiniest bit too low.
You know what's funny is I didn't even
perfect on
mention
top of
that
that.
because I'm so used to running them, I just like glance right over them.
Yeah, all of them have a riser.
Right, like a lot of my guns have risers. The Unity mount is another thing that I added on there to get that UH1 up over the aiming laser. So that was another $100 or so that I had to throw on there to rise that up. That's not necessary, but like you said, I cut this off and I'm at my goal. But is it necessary? No. Are they really, really nice to have?
Yeah.
You bet your ass they are.
Definitely, especially when you got nods hanging off your face.
Yeah. Even not just in general, like they got their upsides. So there's my rifle. I technically lost on a technicality. If we're playing Price is Right rules, or Jeopardy, whatever the
Yeah, Price is Right.
yeah, Price is Right. So there's mine. Let's see what Gavyn's got.
I got the budget rifle
Budget.
going on. Budget in air quotes. So I started with an FN. I forget exactly which model it is. They make several of the affordable ones. Make one that come in with a front sight post and the like the clamshell grip or the
A2 style, like
yeah.
old
and
school.
then this is the next step up. You got your regular gas block and a full length rail. So that's what I went with. And this rifle as it sits is 1400. So then obviously I need a light and laser and all the good stuff. So this is the LS420 from Holosun. It's got white light, IR flood, IR laser, and vis laser. So that gets all of my sighting capabilities and light
it's all your
illumination.
accoutrement in one.
Yes, all in one fell swoop. It comes with a tape switch. I didn't put it on there just because it's a pain in the ass to get them on and off these rails. And then I needed a night vision compatible optic, which is going to be my Aimpoint Duty RDS. And then total, I had a $3,000 budget. It was $29.27. So
you came in
a
just
little bit under budget.
a bunch of that probably in the rifle too. At
Yeah.
least 50%, right?
So this optic itself is only $1,000. So that's $500 less than yours.
Right. Which
then-
that's something we should do as we
Yeah.
once we get there to the end, and I'll let you explain. We can go price to price of why everything is so
So the-
expensive.
Optics themselves are the same. This is, I believe, right at
Yeah.
6. Yeah, I think both of them are 600. This one's not running a riser, so you can kind of see the top of the laser through there, but it's not unusable. A riser is going to be $120 from Unity, and you can get other ones, other cheaper ones like Geisley and whatnot, to get it up to that 226 or whatever 197
Yeah.
that people are looking for. I liked it to go no iron sights because you don't really need them. You got a sighting system here and you got one here, so as long as your batteries are good, you're probably okay. And then if guys are running super tall optics with risers, they don't have QDs, you can't get to your irons anyway, so it's kind of doesn't make sense. So I'd rather save the money and the weight.
You know, if we do a subgun build, I'm going for this guy too. Actually, now that I think about that,
Yeah.
because you guys, I don't know if you can see it. There's a micro mount on top of this. You can mount an optic to the top of that Holosun.
I posted this on Instagram on top of an MPX
Yeah.
with an optic on top of here, and it looks super cool. That's awesome.
Right. So it acts kind of like a riser, plus you get an optic, plus it doesn't include anything, and you can mount it directly to there.
And it comes with a tape switch. This is cool because it takes the 18650 batteries rather than where most lasers take 123. So you get a ton of runtime out of here. And likely if you have like a pocket flashlight or something, it's probably going to be running 18650s.
Yeah, one of those Surefire lights or something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
So, pound for pound, like you said, we have similar rifles that will accomplish similar things. Obviously, we both elected for quality rifles. That's probably the biggest spin. That's where
I wanted a good rifle. I didn't want to start with you can start with M&P, then you're going to have to put some other stuff on there to mount everything.
Right.
So I went with like you said,
you go with
an
M&P, and I get a bunch of Gucci stuff on here, but the rifles, M&P rifles are fine. Mm-hmm. But you get the idea of get a quality rifle with quality parts, because I know both FN and Daniel make really good like internal bolts.
Yes.
Their rings, everything is spec, so it elongates the life of your rifle off of that. Something with a decent rail. Don't get something rattling around. So obviously we elected, mine was a little more expensive. The Daniel's a little more expensive than the FM.
Yep.
I would call this a more higher end rifle, but I would put this rifle up against this rifle, even at their price point difference. That's a quality rifle too.
I think it's interesting we both ditched the iron sights.
That is true, yeah. Iron sight, well, I did that, so I make fun of myself for that. My gun that has a riser does have iron sights. Do I use them? No.
Can't see them? Are they zero?
Actually, I can see them. I mean, the EOTech QD's off.
Okay.
So you can use them, but they do look cool.
They do look bad.
And they're nights. They're matching night sets.
Yeah, that's 10 Gucci points right there, man.
That's right, 10 Gucci points. So, I elected no front sight or rear sight because I wanted to get that laser way out there. And being that high, you can't see them anyway. Kind of what you were saying, our optics, about the same price. A good quality optic is going to run you right there in that probably $400 to $600, and then you can get fancy with.
Yeah, you can get your LPVOs and stuff.
Into
that get really expensive.
Some of the higher end aim points up there. I mean, you can jack it up. But usually in that $400 to $600 range, you're going to be happy with what you get.
Yeah.
Ours just had to be night vision compatible, so.
That obviously adds a little expense too.
You can get non-night vision compatible. I say not. That's kind of a misnomer. Most optics are night vision compatible.
You just got to turn them all the way down.
You just turn them really, really low. These have dedicated night vision settings. So, one thing that my rifle does come with, and now that I'm looking, is a improved charging handle. Mine has an ambidextrous charging handle. His is not.
Yep, I've got all the basic mil spec furniture.
Yeah, so you're looking.
If I could change one thing, I'd have the ambi lower.
Yes, ambi lowers.
Ambi lower is the future.
I'm a believer, man.
If you could swing a rifle with ambi lower, do it.
Do it. But yeah, so $5,000, $3,000, and this is basically everything you need minus the sling, which costs you another.
I was assuming everyone already had a sling. So
Yeah. Well, if you don't,
$50.
it's another $50 to $100 depending on the sling you get. Which I got slings down here probably in that price range. But so those are the rifles we chose, and that's kind of how we're gonna. If you guys like this idea, like the competitive, show me the best cleaning kit you can build or whatever kind of idea, or maybe we'll start doing same price. Who knows? Let us know what you guys think about this instead of us just like dragging a Unity mount up here and being like, this is a Unity mount. And
this is how it all goes together.
Right. So this is kind of an end product deal because, I always find it cooler to look at the actual finished product. Not a very imaginative person, I guess. Call it that. Anyway, so that's the guns we built for nighttime. Hope you guys enjoyed them. Next, we have a very special guest. Somebody that you probably wouldn't expect me to be able to get in their pants, but I'm going to. So, guys, I told you we had somebody special. We got our fearless leader, Mr. Tyler Miller. What is in your pants, Tyler?
What kind of magnification do you have on that camera? Because it's going to take a lot. So, anyway, okay, zoom in. It's like showing something for ants. So it's all right.
That might actually be a good one.
All right. So anyway, all right. So I don't carry much. Pretty simplistic. Because the beautiful thing about where I sit in an office desk all day, And these guys get to go and carry guns around and all this stuff down on the floor. So, hey, I don't have to really worry about it. But naturally, I go and take, and like everybody else, you can't survive. I can't find my way. I can't go and take and even remember what day it is without my cell phone. iPhone 12, though, because, I'm not so pretentious to have the new stuff. Yeah, it's always good. And then it comes down to the real meat and potatoes. Meat and potatoes, right?
Right.
Yep. So I go and I take and keeping this in a safe direction right here. We go and take and drop that, and you guys can go and take and see that that's clear at home. That's clear for you. All right. So I have 2 different variants of P365 that I carry. This is my 365 XL standard. I went and put one of the Wilson Combat grips on it. I love the Wilson Combat grip feel, how straight it is, feel against my hand. It kind of feels almost like micro 1911-ish and stuff for angle. Place the rear plate and have one of the brand new EPS carries on there. I'm trying to go to enclosed emitter red dots on pretty much everything. I love them so much. They're so much easier to maintain, keep. I find that just for whatever reason, they tend to, my astigmatism is affected less by them. So I have enclosed emitters on almost everything. I still have plenty of other RMRs and everything else. I have older, 407 and 507Ks, which I love. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And when you get a little bit carrying lint and everything else, it's really easy because you just done. It's just clean. So it's awesome. Yep. I like the enclosed emitters. And then at the very front, I have one of the new TLR7 subs. So you're going and taking and getting a high lumen output out of these things, but it's very, very small. So it's the TLR7, same output as the TLR7's family, but it's made for all of the super small guns. Yeah. So, I've got one of the Sig models on here. On another Sig that I've got an aftermarket with a pick rail. And so I've got one with the pick on my other one. Yep. So very cool. I like it. Cool gun. And really easy and small and light for me to go and carry it. I carry it in just a basic custom Kydex holster, and I've just had modified with a little bit of hook and pile on the back, so I can put like a little block on, so if I want to switch it over and carry appendix, I can, depending upon what I'm doing. I go and I carry a flush 12 rounder in here. Inside my Sig, I carry 147 grain HSTs. I just got onto the train years and years ago about heavy 9mm bonded bullets. Yep. As heavy as you can carry them in there. Even out of the small subguns, they tend to really perform well with ballistic gel and all that other good stuff that people a lot smarter than me. So I just kind of watch and learn from there. The beautiful thing is, you can carry and keep this small 12+1, so you got 13 rounds in it. But I carry a backup, same ammo, with 15 round mag in just a basic inside the waist belt holster, or mag holster, whatever you want to call it, mag carrier. So I have on me, 13 and 15, almost 30 rounds worth of ammo that hopefully gets me to
wherever you're going,
safety and take care. God forbid I ever actually have to use it, which I hope I don't.
Move it up to a 17 and you do have 30 rounds.
Hey, I mean, you could, because they have the 17 rounders now for the macros that fit inside there. You just got that gap, but I mean, still, it's not a bad idea. I've contemplated going to, because it's really not that much bigger, I've contemplated going to a macro grip and going to it and just carrying the flush 17s all the way. It's not that big, but there's something about still, I love the 10 and the 12 rounders and as small as I can get it, especially if I'm pulling this thing out and I'm throwing it in and I'm throwing it in like a fanny pack and going to the gym,
kind of defeats
or
the
doing
purpose
something when
of
I'm not wearing a belt.
To make it big.
Make it big, right?
Yeah.
But the beauty of the Sig is it's so modular. I mean, it's as easy as, hey, today I want to go and take and carry it 17 rounds, throw a 17 round grip on it, carry all day, come home, punch out a single pin, pull out my thing, put it into my 10 round frame again, and now I got 10 and it's in a little thing and it's as small as I can carry, and I carry it almost like a pocket gun.
Yep.
I mean, that's the beauty of the Sig versus anything else on the market for the carry guns. Light, I carry one everywhere, and this is actually the thing that gets used more than anything else that I carry every single day. I have a big mod light out there with, I'm having the company escapes me. It'll come to me in a minute. But anyway, I have a bunch of their products, including like their battery storage thing in my bug out bag. I love it. It'll come to me in a sec. But mod light right here with a PLH head. So super bright, super high lumen output. When you need it, you got it. And it fits relatively solid in all my stuff. Pants, even dress pants and stuff when I have to, since I do have to pretend to adult every once in a while, I have to dress nice suits and stuff. And it fits really well and people don't even know it's there. And then I have probably the coolest new model out from Benchmade right now. This is the new out the front that they have, the shootout. Yep. And so what makes this one really interesting is it's actually a polymer, so it's lighter in my pants than some of the other out the fronts that have run out there, but it's still pretty solid. It has a glass breaker down on the end, it clips really nice and can go and take and switch sides for you. And it's got a really cool kind of FDE blade on there. It's a crew wear blade, so it's really, really hard and maintains that edge. It is a little harder, as you told me it would be, and it is. It's a little harder to go and take and sharpen it, but it's pretty decent, pretty cool. So, yeah.
It's a pretty good spread.
Not too shabby. I like it.
Yeah.
Works for me. I just keep it simple as much as I can and keep it minimal, because hauling my grotesquely huge body around during the day is enough work. Then you throw all this extra onto it. Yeah, not fun. So, cool.
Very cool. Well, thank you for showing us.
Very nice.
What's in your pants.
Yeah, not a problem. And just as a side on this little segment out here, I'll be the first maybe to say something. If you've been into Wilshire, you've been watching around a little bit, we got some interesting stuff moving over right as you come through our door to the right. There may be some cleaning and stocking and some other things going on inside that cafe. So I don't know. We might see some cafe operation soon. I don't know.
It may already be operating.
It may already be slightly operating. We don't know. It's not. We will come back and we'll let everybody know the official word. But we are working hard to go and get the cafe up and running right now. So just pay attention to that. We're going to go and get the info out there for you guys later. So cool. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, guys, that's going to conclude April. I appreciate everybody that obviously clicked and listened and watched. We're excited. We got big things going on here. We love you guys that come in. We appreciate you so much. As always, let us know how we can help you guys, how we can improve, what you'd love to see in podcasts, just whatever. Anyway, like I said, that's going to conclude April. Thank you guys for coming. We can't wait to see you.